G'day Spurs fans, it's Paul the Hotspur hippie here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet. Here I am in my natural habitat with my friends the trees. Someone on a stream the other day said I look like David Bellamy. Shocking, what an outrageous accusation. I hope you're all well out there. I'm getting excited. I'm getting back in the Tottenham frame of mind, boys and girls. It's exciting. We've only got 4 days left now till the Premier League resumes, or for Tottenham anyway. And what's getting me in the Tottenham mood is Ange Postecoglou snuck out of his Postecoglopolis, the nexus of all football knowledge and history in the cosmos, the Postecoglopolis, and did an interview for Optus Sport, where he talked a bit about Spurs and Australian football and a couple of things that piqued my interest. Trying to stop wobbling the camera about. He talked about, it was an interview with Mark Schwarzer, former Australian goalkeeper. Trying to get the exposure right, here we go. The former Australian Socceroos goalkeeper, and he was asking him about the Chelsea game, and Ange was, really tickety-boo about it, as am I. I know there's been some naysayers out there from the glitterati in the media and Talk Sport and all that gubbins, but I loved it. And Ange and Mark both said the same thing. It shows that the players are 100% committed to Ange's cause and the way he wants to play football at Tottenham Hotspur. It's his way or no way, that's it, man. This isn't his first rodeo. He's done this so many times before. You either do what he says, and he's nice about it, he's cool, or off you go. So that was a real test for us, that, and if we could do it under those, you couldn't get more difficult circumstances against Chelsea, then it bodes well for the rest of the season. So Andrew's pretty positive about that. Mark also, he asked him about, he seems to have got his message across, or the players have bought into his way of thinking a lot quicker than at previous jobs. And Ange was respectful, You don't hear him slagging off previous clubs he's been to, but he did say, look, it's probably a reflection on the quality of player he has at his disposal at Tottenham Hotspur, by far the greatest football team the world has ever seen, that they've managed to pick it up so quick. But he didn't say the other teams are rubbish or he's come a long way or any of that old gubbins. He was very positive about it. The other thing that Ange was talking about was the announcement that in Australia the national second division is going to get cracking probably in 2025. I'm excited about this because it's going to bring a lot of the old more traditional NSL clubs back into a shot at being competitive with the very top. So promotion and relegation is on the cards, but the second division teams are shaping up to be teams like South Melbourne, which is Ange Postecoglou's old team. Arpia, places, teams like that, and it's good. When they brought the A-League in, I get why they did it, but they really did throw the baby out with the bathwater by just super franchising it, not really letting old teams have a look in. And that's where the support was. It's artificial. So a bit of progression and a building of a football pyramid in Australia is a really good thing. Can't wait. The other interview that caught my interest was Heung-Min, who, by the way, scored 2 goals for South Korea against China. China is a football country that baffles me, man. With such a large population, they don't seem to, perform well in international soccer a lot of the time. I don't know why, I don't know. But anyway, Sonny scored a couple. And he was talking about Ange positively. You can see he's got a lot of affection for him, but also respects him. I mean, Ange is a guy that commands respect, not demands. Doesn't say respect me, like maybe old Mr. Too Small Suit for his body, Ten Hag, up in Manchester United, the football team with a leaky roof. And you can't help it, he's a decent guy. So Sonny was talking about buying into the players love his way of playing. I mean, that's half the battle, isn't it? If you've got the players excited, well, let's face it, according to Muppets like me who just wander around forests and sit on logs, can't kick a ball to save their lives, they should be bloody happy playing football, doing that for a living. But I can empathise a little bit. When I used to do a little bit of freelance art and stuff, and when I got paid for it, I thought it was a dream, but it turned into a nightmare. So if you're doing what you love and you're being told to do it in a way that isn't fulfilling and expressive, because footballers to me are artists, they're expressing themselves, they're feeling that freedom of going on the pitch. If you're being told to play in a way that's contrary to what you want to do inside, it's difficult, and it could probably kill a lot of your love for the game. It doesn't matter if you're, the money's irrelevant, I think, to a lot of these players anyway. They're playing football because they love playing football. They do it for free. But the players love according to Son Heung-Min, the players are loving the Ange teaching method. They're liking what the coaches are doing. They're liking how they're playing it on the pitch. So, it really is onwards and upwards. I'm really quite enthusiastic after seeing these two interviews. Now, in international Spurs news, I watched Argentina-Brazil yesterday, or Brazil-Argentina. What a weird old game that was. Started with a bit of disturbance in the crowd, and then it was disturbance on the pitch. It was a bit of a feisty affair. And who was the highest player rated? Oh, I mean, it couldn't have possibly been loose cannon, Mr. Aggression, Cuti Romero, could it? The player that can't defend. Yeah, man, Romero's on it. He had a fantastic game. We haven't seen the best of him yet. I think he's great though. 2 yellow cards, 1 red card this season. I'm not disturbed about that. That's a pretty good disciplinary record. So Romero had a great game. Lo Celso kind of did all right, I suppose. Maybe do it for Tottenham. He was whipping in some good corners actually. So I want to see that for Spurs, getting it right over 2 or 3 heads, landing on the head of I thought Romero banged one in at one point, but it wasn't Romero. Forgotten who it is now. Who was playing for Brazil? It was Emerson Royale. Seemed to do all right. Can't complain. So they came through unscathed. And Bentancur, Rodri Bentancur, man, he's back. He's back better than ever. Started the game for Uruguay, and he played 86 minutes. So that's good to be positive. So, okay, we're on the ropes a little bit. We've got a couple of injuries, but we got Destiny back. Don't forget that. We got Destiny back for the next game probably, unless there's something I don't know about. Maybe he's got a niggle, I don't know. But Bentancur back is positive for us. And we're just going to ride out another couple of games for Romero to come back. Romero, by the way, a family man. His nickname Cuti was given to him by his little sister when she was young, because she couldn't say Christian, so she called him Cuti. And Romero, being a salt of the earth kind of family guy he is, has just let it stick with him throughout his whole life. Oh, every story about Romero is a good one. So he'll be back soon. When we face Man City, of course, there is a huge question mark. Oh, it's backwards, isn't it? I don't know which way a question mark goes anyway. Could be Spanish, I don't know. Whether Erling Haaland will be back for them. I mean, that could be a bit dicey, couldn't it? For them, for old man's Manchester, soon to be relegated and kicked out of Football League City. They might be without their man up front. What are they going to do? Oh, it's going to be good. So I think we might surprise a couple of people. A couple of favourable results. I think everybody will be singing along with the Ange Postecoglou choo-choo, woo-woo, again. Not that most people aren't. I think all the fans at the grounds and all the away fans are on board, so I'm not worried about it. And potentially could be a rocky patch. There's no denying it. But we got the best man for the job, and we got some decent players. And there's more players that will come in walking through the door, so I think the future's looking bright. Now, you might have, for those eagle-eyed people out there, you might have noticed I've changed positions because my mobile phone, because I'm such a irresponsible, barely functioning member of society, ran out of charge. So I thought I'd finish it here, but it gives me an opportunity to invite you along to whenever I'm doing live streaming. I'm not very reliable, I don't schedule them, so if you want to find out when I'm doing them, I've got to ask you to, I'm afraid, to hit that subscribe button and the bell to get the notifications. If you want to tag along, you're all welcome. Usually it's just me chatting, replying to comments, having a bit of a chin wag about Tottenham. It's not hard hitting. I don't pretend to know all the latest news and rumours. We just have a bit of a fun talk about Tottenham and whatever else comes our mind. So usually I do this early in the mornings in Sydney and sometimes in the evenings. But pop along, you never know. You might like it or you might not. I don't know. Anyway, until next time, folks, I will leave you with that. And, professional. Peace and love, man, and come on, you Spurs.